Rockstar Squad, Momokeas here, and today we're going to be gushing or crushing over a game we beat on stream a while back called Demon Turf. This game was released November 4th of 2021 and was developed by vods and published by Platonic Friends. This game is labeled as an adventure, fighting, precision 3D platformer. vods has released another platformer series known as Slime Sun, and they have also made Demon Turf Neon Splash, which is one of the next games we'll be playing. As for Platonic Friends, if this publishing company sounds familiar, I have reviewed Little Gator Game, which was also another game they published. Platonic Friends is one of the more well-known publishing companies for indie games. This game review is solely based on my experience with this game and is my opinion on said experience. You should not take this review as fact and still give this game a go for yourself. Spoiler warning, in the event I accidentally spoil anything for my fellow Star Warriors, and without further ado, on with the show! In this game, you play as the demon known as Beebs. She has a dream of the Demon King talking smack and taunting her. That is enough to set her off, and when she wakes up, she's ready to fight him. Miji helps explain that Beebs will need to collect enough batteries to access the Demon King's castle. And to collect batteries, she will have to take over each demon's turf. Oh my god, it's the title of the game! Lucy, who is another one of Beebs' friends, doesn't have confidence in her conquest and lets her know as much. Determined to prove herself not only to her friends, but to the Demon King as well, Beebs starts her adventure, entering the first turf she's going to take over. The story of this game is kind of simple. Demon King talks smack, Beebs makes sure he gets clapped. Kinda basic, but still solid when you consider Beebs and all of her friends are kids. Miji is on Beebs' side no matter what, while Lucy patronizes her when she talks about her plans. The two are very different characters who help shape Beebs for her adventure. Character-wise, no one really stood out to me. I do love how each character is designed though, from the bosses to the demons that they have under their turf. I also love that with Beebs' small stature, all of the bosses underestimate her. This only makes it funnier when she sends each one of them packing. Not only that, but the demons who were separated by turf all ended up coming together in Fork Town and all vibing together. Beebs effectively brought all of demonkind together. For the controls of this game, you can use keyboard and mouse or controller. It is suggested that you use a controller when you first open the game, and for me, I ended up using controller. There weren't any accessibility options, but I really didn't have a problem reading the text, and to my knowledge, I don't remember there being a lot of harsh lighting or major strobing effects. With this being a platformer, you have a multitude of different jumps, spins, and abilities that help you progress through the levels. The controls are tight and responsive, and you even have the ability to place your own checkpoints. I have never seen this feature in a game before. The difficulty level of this game progresses the further you get into it. It starts off kind of easy with jumps you can manage, and the levels are more forgiving, but the more you progress, the harder the jumps and combos become. Most of my deaths later game came from poor timing and planning. Even with these challenges, I was able to see my efforts pay off, and I was able to progress just a little bit more than I could before, and sometimes I was able to just finish a level completely. While this game is challenging, it doesn't take away from the fun of it. I know that there are players who just like to chill and vibe, and this may not be your speed. And if you're quick to anger, it is suggested and encouraged that you take breaks. The design of this game reminded me of Paper Mario, with the flat characters and their movements. I can say that having multiple angles of each character is what sets it apart and gives it more of a flat 3D design. Each turf was themed to the gang that inhabited it, and every level in that turf fit the theme all the way down to the name. I loved all of the customization options that were available for Beebs and how those options transposed into her moves and abilities. It caught me off guard the first time I changed the color of her hair, and that changed the color of her forms. This game was definitely a little on the darker side of designs, considering we're in hell. It was usually clear where progression was in each level, but it was easy to lose yourself if you weren't paying attention. There is a side quest where you are able to take pictures of certain things throughout each level, and submit them to be hung up in a museum. Even though it is optional, I feel like it is necessary to check it out. That quest will lead you to details that you would have never thought to search for if you were just looking to get through the game. Now for this soundtrack. I don't know who was in the booth, but they deserve a raise. All of the music was playful and gave off kind of like a fun hip-hop vibe. Some tracks had lyrics that were sometimes sung by a distorted voice, or that were rapped clear as day by Anton Corazza, Serengeti, and others. There are 32 songs in the soundtrack, and they can range anywhere from about a minute to about 9 minutes. All of these songs sound great on repeat, and I found myself bopping to the new areas whenever I heard someone on the mic. There were some voice acting in the game, but it was very minimal. Also, fun fact, this is the first game that I have found in my research to have a physical vinyl that you can buy of the soundtrack. That's how you know your music is amazing. Overall, this game was a hell of a ride. At times I was ready to quit because of the challenge, but that only adds to the replayability and fun. Once you have beat the game, you still aren't done. There are time trials, side quests, and the King's Vault that I didn't even get to touch. This game will have you coming back and learning new moves and combos as you get better each time. This game was an absolute gush for me, and I strongly suggest you all give it a playthrough for yourself. This game is available on Steam for a solid $15 and is available on all consoles. Hey, PlayStation players, you aren't left out this time! Shout out to tinytuberclips for giving me this game. Their link is in the description below if you guys want to check them out. This game offers around 15 hours of playtime if you focus on just the main objectives, and about 33.5 hours if you go the completionist route. The times are subject to change depending on your skill level. If you've played this game before, let me know. Did you have different opinions than I? Let's open up that conversation. If there are any other indie titles you would like for me to check out, leave them in the comments below. I'm always looking for more games to play. If you want to watch me play these indies live, you can check me out at twitch.tv/Momokeas, and all of my other social links are in the description below. The next Gush or Crush will be on One Shot. We are still currently playing this one live. I hope to see you all there, and until next time, be good, shine bright, don't let anyone dim that light, and stay awesome!